Giant insects. Giant insects. Focus question. What can people learn by studying giant insects? Insects are everywhere. Every time you step outside your door, you marvel at the idea that you probably look right past hundreds, even thousands of insects. You know the scientists estimate that there are found 10 quintillion insects alive on Earth at any given time. So far, scientists had identified over 90,000 different insect species, about 80% of all the world's species of animals. They think that 2 to 30 million more species remain undiscovered or unidentified. When you think about this, you're glad most insects are small. You know this wasn't always the case, though. Hundreds of millions of years ago, before dinosaurs walked on Earth, insects were already buzzing around. Using fossil evidence, you know that these insects were similar to modern insects. They each had three body sections, six legs, and often two sets of wings. They were a bit different in other ways, though. These guys were titans. The prehistoric Meganura looked like a dragonfly but had a wingspan of well over 30 inches, 72.2 centimeters. You've learned that scientists believe insects grew so huge partly because back then, Earth had a higher amount of oxygen in the air. Over hundreds of millions of years, as the amount of oxygen decreased from about 35% to today's 21%, the insects adapted, evolved, and became smaller. A few insects, however, have remained the giants of their world. These are the beasts you've already wanted to study, and you finally have your chance. You feel your excitement building because this time when you walk outside your door, you will be taken around by you can You'll taking your first step on a giant insect safari. You'll pass by billions of smaller insects on your hunt around the globe for these massive monsters. You'll finally have the chance to see them with your own eyes and find out if everything you've learned is already true. You've learned is really true. Prepare your pack because you're about to head out. Giant dinner dragonfly. The speed demon. Your journey starts by a slow-running stream in the southwestern United States, where you can hear the buzzing of a giant Turner dragonfly. It uses its 5-inch, 12.7 centimeter wingspan to zip through the warm air that speeds over 35 miles per hour, 56.3 kilometers per hour. These insects are so good at turning that they can completely shift direction in a split second, which is when you catch a glimpse of one. This insect's speed ability to move come in handy as it hunts mosquitoes and other small insects. The dragonfly lands on your arm, but you have nothing to worry about. The giant Turner dragonfly is harmless. You look as it's just long enough to see the shimmering wings and black, blue, and green 5 inches, 12.7 centimeter body before it takes off again. As you walk through the tall grass on your way to your next destination, you see flashes of other dragonfly, giant turners and their smaller cousins, and watch them get hunting. Titan beetle, the pencil breaker. When you arrive in the steamy Amazon rainforest, it's dark. You can hear the trapping of rain on the leaves overhead. Sometimes flies through the beam of your flashlight, and at first you think it's a bird. You look closer and see it's a 7-inch, 17.8 centimeter Titan beetle, the biggest beetle in the world. This nocturnal creature was attracted to your light. As you watch it crawl its way through the dead leaves and dirt, you see the thick mandibles on its head. They are strong enough to snap through a pencil. You attempt to find a stick to see if the Titan beetle can break it. When you get near, though, it hisses and and you back off. Like many beetles, this one has only a few weeks to live as an adult. It doesn't have time to mess with you. It needs to find a mate. Though it can fly, it's too heavy to take off from the ground. It uses its powerful, skinny legs to climb a tree and launch itself from a branch. You duck as it flies toward your face. Laughing, you continue your journey. Giant water bug, the tail beater. The afternoon in Thailand is not humid. You stop to look into a clear, cool-looking freshwater pond. The idea of dangling your etching feet in the water is tempting. But then you see the giant water bug. You recognize it because this insect is found in bodies of fresh water all around the world. About 5 inches, 12.7 centimeters long, it clings to an underwater plant while holding a minnow in its powerful front legs. It eats by using its strong jaws to inject the struggle fish with the digestive fluids and then sucking out the remains. You see a few other giant water bugs. One must be a male, as it has a round egg struck on its back. After mating, the female giant